In this video, we're going to talk about the first two stages of the biology class. We are going to talk about the cells, the type of cells, and the organelles that the cells have, and how to, you know, distinguish them. And also, we are going to talk about the nutrition and the importance of nutrition, and also we are going to cover some of the systems like the urinary system, the musculatory system, the respiratory system, the circulatory system, the skeletal system, and respiratory system, and that's it.
Marijuana, also called weed, herb, pot, grass, bud, ganja, Mary Jane, and a vast number of other slang terms, is a greenish-gray mixture of dried flowers of Cannabis sativa.
Okay, we have 10 types of hormones. The first one is oxytocin. This is responsible for the contraction and relaxation movements of the smooth muscle fibers. So it is fundamental to the birth process and in breast milk production. Since it is also a neurotransmitter, its functions go further, and this hormone is involved in maternal attachment behavior, learning, and memory, and paternal filial relationship. It is located in a part of the brain called the hypothalamus, and from there it goes to the pituitary, responsible for its segregation. Then we have the testosterone. Testosterone is its main function is to regulating sexual desire and sperm production, making it vital for the reproductive process. In the fetus, testosterone is essential for the formation of primary and secondary genitalia. It is located in the adrenal glands, in the testicles of men, and in the ovaries in the woman. Meanwhile, the pituitary gland is responsible for its regulation. Then we have adrenaline. Adrenaline is the one that allows us to be alert to any danger, and it triggers the necessary behaviors in case of a fight or flighting response. The effects it produces in the body are varied from increased blood pressure, dilated pupils, and increase of heart rate. Adrenaline is produced in the adrenal glands, and it's metabolized in the liver. Then we have estrogens. These are also sex hormones. They have a similar function as testosterone in the case of men. They are responsible for the development of secondary female sexual organs such as breast development or the menstrual cycle. Estrogen lives a gradually declining woman's life cycle, eventually leading to menopause. It is located in the ovaries, in the placenta also is in the case of pregnant women, and in the adrenal glands. Then we have the vasopressin. Other types of hormones are the ones in charge of water in the body. The main one is, well, I already told it, vasopressin, also called diuretic hormone. The main function of this hormone is water elimination from the body by the kidneys. This concentrates the urine and decreases its volume. It also retains water and decreases the osmotic procedure in the body by body fluids. It fulfills a volume function. It is also regulates the volume of blood circulation through the body. We can find this hormone in the hypothalamus, and it's released by the pituitary. Then we have the melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that helps us sleep, or its function weaken highly sleep regulation the regulation of our biological clock, and the strengthening of the immune system. And it is located in the pineal gland. Trioxin. Trioxin is a type of hormone that is commonly known as T4. Its main function is the regulation of metabolism, but it also has influence in the growth and development. In addition, it seems to play an important role in the mood and mental health. We can locate this hormone in the thyroid gland and develops in the pituitary gland. We have two types. These have two different. And last but not least, we have the growth hormone. This hormone, it's vital for proper endocrine functioning. It takes care of muscle mass and maintains our body fat at an optimum level, and it protects us against cholesterol and improves our circulation. We can locate this hormone in the pituitary gland, and it is located. It's segregated in the pituitary gland, and it's located in the base of the brain.
First, I'm gonna talk about the growth hormone. The growth hormone is released into the bloodstream from the anterior pituitary gland. The pituitary gland also produces other hormones that have different functions from growth hormone. Growth hormone acts on many parts of the body to promote growth in children. Once the growth plates in the bones have fused, growth hormone does not increase height. In adults, it does not cause growth, but it helps to maintain normal body structure and metabolism, including helping to keep blood glucose levels within set levels. Glucagon. Glucagon is a hormone that is involved in controlling blood sugar levels. It is produced by the alpha cells found in the islet of Langerhans in the pancreas, from where it is released into the bloodstream. The glucagon secreting alpha cells surround the insulin secreting beta cells, which reflects the close relationship between the two hormones. Glucagon's role in the body is to prevent blood glucose levels dropping too low. To do this, it acts on the liver in several ways. It stimulates the conversion of stored glycogen that is stored in the liver to glucose, which can be released into the bloodstream. It promotes the production of glucose from amino acid molecules. It reduces glucose consumption by the liver so that as much glucose as possible that can be secreted into the bloodstream to maintain blood glucose levels. Glucagon also acts on adipose tissue to stimulate the breakdown of fat stores into the bloodstream. Adrenaline. Adrenaline and noradrenaline are two separate but related hormones and neurotransmitters. They are produced in the center of the adrenal glands and in some neurons of the central nervous system. They are released in the bloodstreams and serve as chemical mediators and convey the nerve impulses to various organs. Adrenaline has many different actions depending on the type of cells it is acting upon. However, the overall effect of adrenaline is to prepare the body for the fight or flight response in time of stress for vigorous or sudden action. Key actions of adrenaline include increasing the heart rate, increasing blood pressure, expanding the air passage of the lungs, enlarging the pupil in the eye, redistributing blood to the muscles, and altering the body's metabolism, so as to maximize blood glucose levels. A closely related hormone, noradrenaline, is released mainly from the nerve endings of the sympathetic nervous system. Testosterone. Testosterone is the hormone responsible for the development of male sexual characteristics. Hormones are chemical messengers that trigger necessary changes in the body. Females also produce testosterone, usually in smaller amounts, like the estrogens. It is a type of androgen produced primarily by the testicles in cells called the Leydig cells. In men, testosterone is thought to regulate a number of functions alongside sperm production. These include sex drive, bone mass, fat distribution, muscle size and strength, red blood cell production, and without adequate amounts of testosterone, men become infertile. This is because testosterone assists the development of mature sperm. Estrogen. Estrogen is one of the two main sex hormones that women have. The other one is the progesterone. Estrogen is responsible for female physical features and reproduction. Men have estrogen too, but in smaller amounts. Estrogen helps bring about the physical changes that turn a girl into a woman. This time of life is called puberty. These changes can include growth of the breast, growth of pubic and underarm hair, start of menstrual cycles. That estrogen helps control the menstrual cycle and is important for childbearing. Also, estrogen can do keep cholesterol in control, protect bone health for both women and men, and affect your brain, including your mood, the bones, your heart, the skin, and other tissues. Progesterone. Fertility and menstruation are largely controlled by hormones, and one of these hormones is progesterone. Understanding progesterone and what it does will help women make informed choices about their reproductive health. Progesterone is one of the progesterone steroid hormones. It is secreted by the corpus luteum, a temporary endocrine gland that the female body reproduces after ovulation during the second half of the menstrual cycle. Insulin. Insulin is a hormone made by an organ located behind the stomach called the pancreas. There are specialized areas within the pancreas called slits of Langerhans. The slits of Langerhans are made up of different types of cells that make hormones. The commonest ones are the beta cells, which produce insulin. Insulin is then released from the pancreas into the bloodstream so that it can reach different parts of the body. Insulin has many effects, but mainly it controls how the body uses carbohydrates found in the certain types of food. Carbohydrates are broken down by the human body to produce a type of sugar called glucose. Glucose is the main energy source used by cells. Insulin allows cells in the muscles, liver, and fat to take up this glucose and use it as a source of energy so they can function properly. Without insulin, cells are unable to glucose as fuel and they will start malfunctioning. Extra glucose that is not used by the cells will be converted and stored as fat so it can be used to provide energy when glucose levels are too low. In addition, insulin has several other metabolic effects. Thyroxine. Thyroxine is the main hormone secreted in the bloodstream by the thyroid gland. It is in active form and most of it is converted to an inactive form by organs such as the liver and kidneys. Thyroid hormones play vital roles in regulating the body's metabolic rate, heart and digestive functions, muscle control, brain development, and maintenance of bones. In addition, all of these cells are related between each of them, because all of them are related with the development of a system or the secretion of a liquid into the bloodstream and other stuff, like the insulin that helps us to maintain our glucose levels, and also the growth hormone help on this, and the thyroxine also help on this. And in the case of the estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone are the hormones that are contained in the body, and these three hormones are related with the sexual maturation of women and men. Estrogen and progesterone are more of women, and testosterone are more of men. But these three are found in both of them.
So, as a brief summary, hormones are chemical messengers that are distributed throughout the body to regulate the function of specific cells and control the functioning of organs and tissues to achieve homeostasis, as well as reproduction and development. These hormones are created by glands which are part of the endocrine system. Some of the main glands of the endocrine system are the pituitary gland, which is often considered the master gland, and it's connected to the hypothalamus. The pineal gland affects sleep, regulates mood, among other functions. The thyroid gland produces hormones associated with calorie burning, heart rate, and metabolism in general. The parathyroid controls amount of calcium in the body. The adrenal gland mostly controls sex drive, and cortisol, the stress hormone. The pancreas produces insulin that helps control blood sugar levels. Now, the main types of hormones include the somatotropin, or growth hormone, the prolactin, the corticotropin, thyrotropin, stimulating follicle, luteinizing, oxytocin, and vasopressin. For women, estrogen is the main sex hormone, and it causes puberty, prepares the body for pregnancy, and regulates menstrual cycle, among other functions. Progesterone is similar to estrogen, but it's not the main sex hormone. In the case of men, testosterone is the main sex hormone, and it also causes puberty, facial hair growth, muscle mass growth, and increases bone density. Some diseases that can affect the endocrine system are the hypothyroidism, diabetes, dwarfism or gigantism, among others. As a conclusion, it's important to learn about this topic because hormones affect our mood, metabolism, immune system, growth, preparation for a new activity or phase of life like puberty, and many more things. Additionally, it's important to learn about this topic because we can have a better understanding about the processes our bodies go through in certain situations and what causes them, and that allows us to predict how our body will respond to a certain stimulus